I grew up with Puff Daddy's parents. Yeah. So, we all come from Harlem. Boys have raised them.
I love you.
I love you too.
A lot of things that you see happen came about from not even from my generation, but the generation that became before me.
You gotta realize, man, you know, his mother had a modeling agency, and it was alleged that it was also ladies of the night, a tutoring too.
Dapper Dan tried to put us on about Diddy's mom, and we straight up ignored it. Now the whispers coming out of Harlem. They're saying Janice Combs wasn't just playing the role of your everyday supportive mother. Nah, allegedly she was. Deep in the game, running secret spots and putting her son onto the freak life. Way before Bad Boy Records was even an idea. And here's the wild twist. People out here claiming she's the one who first introduced Diddy to those infamous Freakoff tactics. Word is, she didn't just guide him, she allegedly coached him. Showed him how to move, how to control, how to play the room. Some even believe she wasn't just a bystander. They say Janice might have been in the mix at those freak-offs herself. Now, flashback to when that Cassie hotel footage dropped. Diddy putting hands on her in that hallway. The internet exploded. But who was right there defending him? His mama, Janice. She stood firm like he was the one being attacked. But insiders from Harlem are saying she might have known the real story all along. And the deeper you look, the more twisted it gets. So the question now, was Mama Combs just a loyal ride or die for her son, or the original puppet master behind all this madness? Now keep in mind, this ain't out of nowhere. Word is she's always been a party type, the kind to hang with the young crowd. And way before Puff Daddy got caught up in the legal storm, Harlem fashion legend Dapper Dan was already talking. And trust, he wasn't softening the truth. Folks asked him about the Puff drama. He didn't defend him, but he didn't go in either. He just gave us that heavy Harlem wisdom, the kind that spans generations. He said he grew up around Puff's folks, including Janice. And according to him, what we're seeing now with Diddy, it ain't new. This type of energy, the secret, parties, the manipulation, it's been simmering in the background for decades. Only difference, social media done pulled the curtains back. No more hiding behind champagne flutes and Versace lenses. And honestly, that might have been on point. Because when you connect the dots and look at the rumors, it gets real. People have been saying Janice didn't just raise Diddy. She raised him into this whole lifestyle. Some claim she introduced him to those freak-off scenes early and their mother-son dynamic. Let's just say it wasn't the norm. The most disturbing part. There are folks alleging Janice was an active part of the same freak-offs Diddy's being taken to court for right now. Lawsuits, NDAs, traumatized victims, all of it. And remember that old clip? Diddy and Janice both hooked up to IV drips. For hydration. Well, here's the dark part. Those same court docs say the freak-offs would go so hard, people needed IVs just to recover, sweating, passed out, physically wrecked. Now, I'm not saying they had just come from one of those parties. But man, the optics? Real suspicious.
Introduce her to my mom, called Mom Dukes.
Hi.
She's getting a drip with me, she's hydrating. What's up, Mom?
Everything's good, baby. I love you.
I love you too.
Then he really sat there and said his mom's single and needs a man at 85. Like, excuse me? That's your mother. Y'all not raising an eyebrow at that? Cause that's sounding real off. It's giving uncomfortable, like, why even say that out loud?
Hey, my mom's is single. Mom's is single. I ain't gonna hate on my mom's. She's single.
Now here's someone barely anyone's really mentioning, Janice. Most folks think she used to be a model, right? But Harlem locals? They're calling that a straight up lie. Word is she was actually a madam, allegedly linking young girls with powerful men behind the scenes. That whole modeling image, just a distraction. The glitz, the glam, all smoke. Because behind those fancy lights, real shady deals were going down. And who was right there in the cut watching it all? Cool. Young Diddy taking notes from the sidelines.
When she used to do her little modeling thing with her little ladies of the night, the little wild parties. When she gave that up, I don't think she was in the business.
Word is, he got everything from her. How to manipulate, how to control, how to charm folks while doing the most behind closed doors. And here's the thing, Insider's been whispering this for years. Jaguar Wright didn't hold back either. She flat out said Janice was the original, the top madam, the one who wrote the whole playbook. And Diddy? He just followed it page by page. Even Mace, who's had plenty of run-ins with Diddy, said Janice knows it all. According to him, Diddy's been hiding behind her for years. Like she's the vault where every dirty little secret's been locked away.
Your mother got the receipts. Everything is in your mother's name. That's the one who got the receipts. You need more proof? Biggie ain't here, so Big can't give you no receipts.
And don't forget how Janice always shows up to defend her son whenever drama explodes. Take that Cassie video, for example. The one where we all saw Diddy put hands on her in that hotel hallway. The whole internet freaked out. But who was quick to jump in his defense? Janice. She tried to make him look like some innocent kid, like he was the real victim. But come on, we all saw the truth. She knew exactly what he was capable of, yet she stood right by him.
Embattled music mogul Sean Combs' mother is defending her son. She's calling the charges of trafficking and racketeering a public lynching and a pain too unbearable to...
Now, speaking of Diddy's violent side with women, there's an even darker, more twisted layer most aren't ready for. Believe it or not, rumors say Janice Combs herself might have been one of Diddy's first victims. Gene Deal, who worked out closely with Puff back in the day, said Kirk Burroughs, one of Diddy's old partners, told her Diddy got caught not just yelling but straight up cursing at his mom. And allegedly he even slapped her.
He used to cuss his mama out like a sailor, and I told him, and Miss Combs, you would get mad all you want to, you know this is true. That cussed you out in front of on 19th Street at the old bad boy office downstairs who was getting in the limousine. And I said, boy, if I ever hear you cuss your mama.
Wait, slapped his own mother. The same woman he's always kissing on the lips, calling the queen in every other interview. Something doesn't add up here. But if this story's true, it flips the whole narrative because now rumors are swirling even deeper. I'm talking bloodline level. Some folks believe Janice Combs might not actually be Diddy's real mother. They say his biological mom passed away a long time ago, and the woman we've seen all these years might actually be his aunt.
The woman that they're saying is his mother was a prostitute and a whore. But there's whispers in the streets of Harlem that Diddy's mother isn't alive. Not his biological mother, that woman is his aunt.
Now, why would anyone hide that? Well, if you dig far enough, it gets messy. Diddy's biological dad, Melvin Combs, was allegedly a government informant, a fed, a snitch. The streets knew it. Harlem was whispering it. Jaguar Wright even said this guy wasn't a small-time player. He was deep in shady ops, snitch deals, political favors, and straight-up betrayals. It's giving Fed family dynasty vibes because Diddy himself has been called a Fed too. And remember when Kanye called him one on camera, said Puff was acting like federal police. The internet went wild, and honestly, some think Kanye wasn't totally off.
Now his father was a government snitch and a bad actor in the criminal world altogether.
When you watch how Diddy moves, always quiet but somehow never caught, always knowing exactly who to throw under the bus and when, it's suspicious. Like father, like son. And here's where the story gets darker. A straight up Harlem horror tale. There are whispers, old interviews, and people who grew up around him saying Puff's childhood was full of secrets and substances. People claim they walked into rooms with grown men and naked women, and little Diddy just sitting there watching while adults like Janice looked away. And now some say maybe she didn't just look away, maybe she took part. One fan even wrote online, yeah, and his mom might not even be his real mom. We've known this forever. People have always suspected something, connecting the dots from Freakoff's IV drips, and those weird kisses on the lips paints a disturbing picture. Maybe that explains why their relationship is so strangely intimate. The touchy moments, the way Janice supposedly joined in those Freakoffs while her son wasn't just attending, sometimes he was even hosting. Gene Deal said Janice wasn't just there, she was also trying to hook up with the Bodyguards, straight up seducing them without hiding it.
But why you believe she knew about the Freakoffs?
Because one of the witnesses...
When you watch how Diddy moves, Always quiet, but somehow never caught. Always knowing exactly who to throw under the bus and when. It's suspicious. Like father, like son. And here's where the story gets darker. A straight up Harlem horror tale. There are whispers, old interviews, and people who grew up around him saying Puff's childhood was full of secrets and substances. People claim they walked into rooms with grown men and naked women, and little Diddy just sitting there watching while adults like Janice looked away. And now some say maybe she didn't just look away, maybe she took part. One fan even wrote online, yeah, and his mom might not even be his real mom. We've known this forever. People have always suspected something, connecting the dots from Freakoffs, IV drips, and those weird kisses on the lips paints a disturbing picture. Maybe that explains why their relationship is so strangely intimate. The touchy moments, the way Janice supposedly joined in those freak-offs while her son wasn't just attending, sometimes he was even hosting. Gene Deal said Janice wasn't just there, she was also trying to hook up with the Bodyguards, straight up seducing them without hiding it.
With the studio or any rooms is red, is making love. Some of the ones who went in the room, for sure they were underage.
They said they could ship me off and sell me to anyone.
All right, let's zoom out for a moment. Another big name popping up here is Clive Davis. Allegedly, he had connections with Diddy's dad, Melvin Combs, before Melvin passed away. And right after Melvin's death, Diddy somehow ends up under Clive's wing as a young guy. It's giving Chosen One vibes, but not the kind we usually think of. Some speculate, and again this is all rumors, that Diddy had to go through certain rites of passage to secure his spot in the music game. And who was there through all of it? Janice, watching, maybe managing, or maybe even doing more than that.
A lot of people are curious about the status of P. Diddy.
Status of what?
P. Diddy. Diddy.
So when you put the puzzle pieces together, a kid exposed to adult stuff way too young, a weird family situation where the mom might not even be biological, industry heavyweight stepping in early, and a mother figure who by many accounts wasn't just a bystander but fully involved. It all paints a messy picture. And now, let's bring it to the present. Diddy's trial is officially in week 2. Bodyguards are testifying, exes are speaking up, victims are breaking their silence, and court documents are piling up like a bad laundry day. And no, this isn't just about Cassie. It's way bigger than that. Here's where things get even more suspect. Rumors are flying that Janice Combs might be helping Diddy hide money. And this isn't just talk. Allegedly, Diddy owns multiple properties and assets under her name. That could mean she's not just his mom, she might be a key player in all this. The feds don't mess around with money. If they find Janice helped Diddy stash or move assets, she's gonna be under the microscope and fast. And while Diddy looks guiltier than ever, some are asking, what if Janice is why he turned out like this? Because let's be honest, all that twisted behavior, power plays, control, and manipulation didn't just come from nowhere. It was taught, passed down, learned. If the rumors are true, Janice showed him the ropes. So what do you think? Is Janice just a fiercely protective mom or the real OG mastermind behind all of this? Is she the puppet master or just another shadow in Diddy's story? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because I need to know what you think. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Because trust me, with how this trial's going, you won't want to miss what's next.